we did is that we made a request for waiver, and we were granted waiver on 2 billion, but we were impressed on to raise our share capital to 1 billion. We were also given a 3-year transition period within which we were to raise our capital, and the 3-year transition period expires in January next year. So because we need to get shareholders approval, so we've done that in advance of that deadline, and hence that's the reason we're raising our capital. So as of last year, our capital stood at the authorized capital is 850 million, the paid up is 778 million, and we are now raising our authorized to 1.5 billion so that we can have headroom to raise our paid up capital, and we're increasing the paid up capital to 1 billion using issuing an additional 162.5 million shares. Now these shares are in form of a bonus issue where we're giving 1 share for every 3 held, and the rank pari passu in all respects except dividends for last year. So that will now take us to the sufficient capital and meeting the requirement for the derivatives market in advance. With regard to what is the status, now we've been doing a lot of work on it, a lot of engagement with the regulator to make sure that we bring this market. It's a very important market, it will be a very large market, so it has taken a lot of involvement in terms of the work being done. I know we've set some tight deadlines on ourselves, and that sometimes has preempted us to give certain dates. But as you're all aware, there's a lot of public education, a lot of infrastructure development. We had to bring on board consultants, and a lot of work has been going on in the background. But we're very close to launch. We're just tying up the final loose ends. I'm afraid I can't give a commitment on a date now because I want us to get a firm date, but we're very, very close to launch. As a listed company and an approved licensed entity by the CMA, we are required to change our auditors every 4 years. So what we've done now is Deloitte have served us well, but they've served us for 4 years, and we're now retiring them and bringing them on board Pricewaterhouse, who will be auditors now for the next 1 year, subject to shareholders' approval. They'll probably be continuing, so that's ongoing. As part of demutualization, we are required to be a first line regulator for the CMA, and so we have set up an SRO function within the company under a division called Regulatory Affairs. We are still discussing on the powers that we'll get from the CMA, but we are already operating. We are currently working closely with CMA in terms of inspections. We have a division that's being driven by a director and the team in doing surveillance and engaging with CMA on a regular basis, and even training on these areas. As part of that process, our monitoring of companies, we've gone a scale higher. We are doing a lot of early warnings and stress testing on companies to just make sure that we are alert. For those who are currently facing certain issues, we are working closely with them to improve on what's going on in their companies. Having said that, these companies are all meeting their continuous obligation, which is the current role that we're licensed to do. So there's no failure in that. I think the failure on the business performance, these are the concerns we have with them, and we call them in for regular meetings and we put them on a month-on-month monitoring. So once the powers are granted, then I think we'll be able to now become more enforceful.